What's up, everybody? 13, Superior Mobile by 13. My last walkthrough video was 9 months ago, and to put it lightly, 2022 pretty much sucked. We had a pretty serious accident in the beginning of the year, and then the rest of the year was spent recovering from it in one form or another. I set a new record of doing work without getting paid. Several major jobs, and I also had 2 clients last year literally just not pay their invoices. So in a time when I needed the most support and financial reserves, I failed on both fronts, and it was pretty wild, honestly. This year, I have worked my tail off last year to make sure that 2023 would go better. I mean, it's not hard when the bar is set that low, but it's definitely been killer. I'm loving it. And I am been meaning to do some walkthroughs for multiple times, and every time I just don't. I'm happy being present in the moment and not worrying about documenting it. So I've done some really cool builds, and I'm making great progress on the shop itself, and lots of progress on the home too. We'll be pouring concrete and finally getting a driveway after about 2 years this weekend, hopefully, right? So that'll be pretty rad. Right now, the shop is in utter complete chaos, so this is kind of embarrassing to take you around and show you how messy this place gets when I'm in the throes of an install. But honestly, if I don't do a video tonight, I am probably going to postpone it for another month or something. So I'm just going to knock it out, take you around, show you some of the projects, show you what I got going on. Walking from, oh, you know what? Hey, so here's the office. The only thing I really did kind of is I got rid of that section, which kind of opened it up, and I am finally purging through all of my yerba mate inventory. So I used to have all of that was filled, and now not so much. So moving on through, the showroom is very much being a showroom. I like my display here. I think it's pretty nice. This you've seen before. This is, yeah, actually pretty much all the same. Here's where it gets, hey, it's a mess. I have bumper and body parts and, yeah, well, I mean car body parts, you know what I mean. And a really cool radio for a Tacoma. This is a radio installation that I'm going to be doing next week for my neighbor. He's getting a heighten in his Tacoma, so that's pretty groovy. Moving out into the shop, we have the project truck that has been here for about a month now, but we'll go over all this. This is another headlight build. I haven't even had a chance to open up this box yet. That's going to be for a CRV. These are a bunch of wires I pulled out of that Ford. This is actually for my neighbor. I got a kayak in here now. That was definitely not in here last time, which really grateful. That was a gift, but man, I hate storing it there. Definitely need to drop off recycling. Here's the monster. This is what's taken up my entire shop. February was supposed to be driveway and F-250, and it was. It was basically, this was the only vehicle that I worked on all month, and then we fairly quickly figured out that this was gonna be here all of March as well. So I'm doing a lot of stuff to this. Haven't been doing a great job of documenting or creating any YouTube videos for it, but more will be shown. This is embarrassing. I didn't do the audio work in it. I'm basically just fixing all of the audio work in it. So as you can see, it's kind of a mess right now, honestly. And everything is out and it's a mess, honestly. And then we come over here and look, it's a mess. And we'll come over here and look, it's a mess. There's car parts everywhere. It's wild. But what I do want to show off is that I have this super sweet new cabinet and the countertops for both of those 2 cabinets. So finally, those got done. That's a really big deal because they are so much storage space. I love them. These are handmade by the cabinet workers that are just down the way in this complex It's actually who's going to be getting the radio. We have been doing a wonderful trade for services, but I love these things. They are just absolutely beautiful. I also got this massive TV as a monitor now. There's my old monitor poking over there, and that was kind of an accident, but the thing was is my refrigerator upstairs broke, and so I had to buy a new one, and I ended up getting this used one off of Craigslist from a vet clinic, and they were just basically liquidating everything that was at that location. So they apparently had these old TVs. I got that for 150 bucks. I was like, cool, whatever. I thought it would be a nice size for a monitor. Turns out it's way too big, but that's not the point. All the wiring is out and it's a mess, and all this wood is out and it's a mess. And also, talking about messes, I can at least say this. This is not technically supposed to be here. This was the rack that used to go right there, but it has since moved over here kind of temporarily while I am working on too many projects at the same time. So I just need this additional storage space. You can see right here, this was an old build I did a long time ago, and Jeff has ruined these headlights. So he just recently, they showed up in the mail today actually, and so I am to fix them. I gotta reopen them and fix all this crap. I got that job that I gotta be taken care of. Other than that, this is actually a pretty empty shelf, which is a little misleading because I've got Joshua's CRV. These are some little custom marker lights that I made. Again, these are undocumented. There's no videos or pictures of those online or whatever. I'll be doing that install with a bunch of sound deadening for him later on after spring break. All of this stuff is for my new car, which is still unrevealed. It has been and was the main priority for me for the majority of January and the end of December. That's the front bumper to it, which is why you saw some of the parts to it up in the front in the showroom there. So that car is actually parked outside. I was doing a really good job of keeping it in the shop, but this thing is just too big and it's so much of a hassle to try and move this thing around and get my other car in here. So basically this has got to get done. I got to get that done. I got to get Joshua's done. I got another job lined up that's going to be a really big one, and then I can get back on my own car and finish that because I am really excited about revealing that and showcasing what I can do when I am working on my own stuff, you know, doing my own style. So 2023 has been awesome. As you can see, I got a lot of things going on here. Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is reestablish that balance between work and pleasure again. I am, of course, probably the worst business owner ever because I don't believe in money and I kind of hate capitalism and consumerism. So I kind of always tread this fine line between working enough to obviously pay some bills and do the things that I want to do, but without contributing too much to like global catastrophe and shit like that. Just trying to play that balance, be good to people, do some quality work, have a good time while I'm doing it, and don't work myself to death. With that all being said, that's pretty much all I want to show you around the tour. It's just a big old mess. I'd say I'll probably try and do another one of these in the next few months or so. Obviously, that last video was 9 months ago, but a lot has changed in those last 9 months in our personal lives and in my business life. So I'm pretty optimistic. I think this is going to be a good year. I'm going to keep on coasting and having myself a good time. So I hope you are along for the ride. As always, thank you for watching. This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. See ya.